Sorry, just trying to fix a few things here. No. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hello, 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 and welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. So, let's get into this thing. So today we're doing Edward's Tale. Aided by his neighbors, Edward has nursed the kingdom of damcyan back to health. One night, he witnesses a meteor strike from within his castle's windows. After a Baron emissary orders Edward not to touch the crash site, the king travels to Cecil's domain with his secretary Harley in search of an explanation. That brings up something I want to complain about right now. So I've been watching the new season of the Harley Quinn animated show, and I'm very disappointed. Did not do either Ivy or Harley justice in this season. I mean, granted, I've had some issues with Harley in the way they portrayed her in the new animated series throughout, but they just really leaned into it heavily this time. When in the comics, she started stepping away from the Harley Quinn persona and started adopting more of her old Harleen Quinzel mind, being a little bit more responsible, still having that tinge of just pure chaos, being thinking through things far more. Granted, half the time she'd realize that she was completely out of her depth, and just random bullshit would happen, and everything's good. But still, just that fact that they're basically just making it like a. I mean, I know they're cliche and they're not right, but those old dumb blonde jokes, that's basically what they're portraying her as. And it just is not right. And I mean, they're portraying Ivy as having this perfectionist complex, and that's not who she was. She didn't have a perfectionist complex. She'd be like, fuck, this didn't work. What's. We'll try something else. She didn't plan things out to the letter. It's just not who she was. She'd quickly throw something together and go through the scientific method of, does this work? No. How do we, what's the next step? Okay, this. Not how are they portraying her. Nor is that how they're, or nor are they portraying the way that the early comics portrayed their courtship and relationship. And it's just like, it annoys me. I have urgent business to discuss with the king. Is His Highness present? If you would lower your voice, sir. The king is currently occupied with matters of utmost importance. There's no time for that. There are serious financial matters that must be addressed at once. We were ordered not to let anyone through, sir. If you would kindly return at a later time. This is an insult. I have come to conduct official business. What seems to be the matter? Ah, Harley, could you help me talk some sense into these people? What is the problem? Our ledgers have yet again fallen into the red this month. Damcyan is facing a severe financial crisis. Allow me to consult with the king personally about this. But His Highness explicitly requested no visitors. Not even me? Well then, thank you very much for intervening on my behalf, Harley. Not at all. I believe I left specific word to turn away all callers. Even your own royal secretary, your highness? Is this an urgent matter? Doubtful, my lord. I trust it is the chancellor worrying himself over trivial matters yet again. This is about our support pledge, I suppose. I thought I'd left you in charge of that matter. I fear we can no longer keep it under wraps, your highness. Perhaps some consideration is in order? There is no reconsidering to be done. The recovery of Damcyan was only made possible by our neighbors in Mist and Fauble. Certainly, my lord, but to extend ourselves now to Eblin as well? That's why I was counting on you to take care of it for me. Only you have the talent for this post. It is a great honor to hear such compliments, your highness. The affair is in your hands. Yes, your highness. Mistake, maybe? If I may, my lord. Yes. I believe there are times when the head of a kingdom must act with a firm, calculated hand. True enough. The head of a kingdom. And yet neither Damcyan nor I would be here now were it not for their voyage to the moon. A falling star? Yes, it appears to have landed in the vicinity of Fauble. Ah, so last night's earthquake. Indeed, the shockwave from the impact, no doubt. Have you considered that it might be related to that second moon? Yes. Then the horrors of the past have returned. Calm yourself, Chancellor. It's too early to make such conclusions. I think a full investigation of this object is in order, Your Highness. I would like to inform Baron about this first. Cecil's viewpoint would be very helpful to us right now. I will summon a messenger immediately. Your Highness, if I may presume to ask, please allow me to handle the investigation. Are you sure, Harley? I believe I have the requisite knowledge and experience for the position, my lord. It will be dangerous. Then allow me to bring several members of your guard along for emergencies. I will join you. But Highness, who would guide your kingdom, our kingdom, should something happen in your absence? Still, please, my lord, you have nothing to worry about. My lord? Has Harley returned? Not yet, I'm afraid. Is there any word from the messenger we sent to Baron? Unfortunately, there is not, Your Highness. Too much time has passed. Something has happened. We could deploy a search party upon daybreak, my lord. A wise idea. We will wait until sunrise. Yes, Your Highness. I take my leave, then. Your Highness? I suppose you did not get a great deal of sleep last night either. Please try to get some rest. I will, thank you, Chancellor. Good night, Your Highness. Anna, Tella. Hmm. Rather surprised, because usually... Well, that's a secret. That's a hidden button. Usually Final Fantasy games are filled with music. Why no music now? All kinds of stairs, all going all kinds of places. Where does this go? Ah, crystal room. Any hidden passageways in here? No, doesn't look like it. Bronze tail. What the hell is that? Bronze colored. What? Okay, I'm sure that has some use or another. Hmm. Wonder if there's a similar hidden door or hidden wall over in the room on the opposite side. Nope, does not appear to be so. Harley must be keeping you awake with worry, my lord. Indeed. The room is ready, sir. The sheets have been changed for a return. You had best get some sleep yourself as well. Thank you. Now I'll take my leave, sir. What's this, Harley's diary? Yes, of course. You don't leave that shit out on the table, not expect it to be read. That moon has shown itself once more. Those terrifying days of war about to stage a return? The peace we enjoy today is wholly product of King Edward and his companions. Military might is not what will drive our kingdom in the future. Education and science are the true catalysts. I believe this so fervently that I traveled to Troy and devoted my younger days to study. This and nothing else allowed me to attain the position of royal secretary that I enjoy today. King Edward is too kind to me. My duties are stressful, but I find every day in this castle to be rewarding. If I could have it so, I'd want this life for myself, forever a life free of war and strife. And it may be my imagination, but ever since that moon returned to the sky, the soothing, reassuring notes from King Edward's harp have taken on a timbre of deep sadness. Harley. Now we just read it. Why not? Other than the fact that it's actually rather creepy. Yeah, why not? Why? Why am I here? Visit from a ghostly apparition. Anna. Edward. What is it, Anna? Why must you look so sad? Because she's probably about to tell you that you need to move the fuck on. Anna. But shit like that won't help you move on at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. check on the crystal. Still there. One other thing we had to interact with was before we explored. Nothing to interact with here. Nothing new. Another bronze tail. Hmm. Whoo. My lord, are you still having trouble sleeping? If you'll excuse me, your majesty, it is time for the changing of the guard. The meteor likely landed in the area around Mount Hobbs. I'm sure of it now, Harley must have had some difficulty crossing the mountain passes. I'm concerned. Technically, the guard should have waited there in his spot till the next one came to relieve him. Yet he just left. Your Highness. Your Highness, do you realize what time it is? Where are you going at this hour? I just thought I'd get some fresh air outside. Your Highness, we can hardly have the ruler of damcyan strolling outside by himself. Please at least take these guards with you. All right. And don't stray too far away from the castle. I know. Do you? Do you really? Because it don't seem like it. It really doesn't. I'm concerned about the messenger we sent to Baron, but tracking down Harley must come first. Mm, if you say so. No, we started out with a fine bit of cash already. Started out with 5 grand, not more than we started out with on any of the other characters. Wonder why because most of the characters start out with a little bit of money. Some of them start out with a little bit more, but not start with that. I wonder why it's such the arbitrary amounts. I mean, I figure that's probably the best way to handle it. Ooh, got a bit of experience with that one. Just all the buffs. Just like any good bard would do. I mean, it's kind of interesting just the different effects that his songs decide to take. Swing and a hit. They're doing a little bit more damage at least. That's good. Okay. Ooh, couple chests. What do we got? Antarctic Wind and Spider Silk. What does Spider Silk do? Cast slow. Yeah, not something of any real importance or something I would normally use for any purpose. Normally, if I got stuck in a rough patch and I had to look up like the taxes for something, it said to cast slow, then yeah, I do that. But generally, no, not something I generally use. Normally. I mean, you'd think with using swords that they'd be far more effective against zombies, because I mean, zombies are usually in a deteriorating condition, so I finally got a date for the group Stardew game, which will be next Wednesday. Okay, I gotta do something different because that ain't doing shit. Okay. Does nothing. Can do nothing. There's no point in that fight. I can't win in that fight. So there's no point continuing through here because if I'm going to get in a fight that I can't get through like that, it means I'm missing a character that I'm supposed to be going through here with. So I'm probably supposed to have gone and gotten Harley and then come through here because she's probably a magic user. At least that'd be my best guess. Nope, I didn't want to go back in there. Well, actually, maybe I should go back and see if there's any weapons for sale or something to make these guys better. Man, I got money. Your weapons, which no one really had any upgrades for me, so. So no in though. Okay. But we've gotten some upgrades. What's happened here? Is she could hardly really be alright? Only one way to really find out. Hey! I mean, upgrading their weapons drastically increased the damage, thankfully, so that's good. Edward's level increased. Although I don't get how where these chests came from. I mean, meteor crash shown here. Why are there chests with treasure? They're just magically here in the and in such pristine condition even. I just don't get that. I mean, in essence, I could understand slightly damaged, but they'd be more kind of like hidden. They'd be half unburied, maybe. Just not fully out there in the open like that. Just doesn't make sense. But that's just my thinking. Ah, my lord. Oh, thank goodness. Are you all right? Yes, sir. I apologize for warning you. Our investigation has encountered numerous snags. Where's Harley? Straight ahead, my lord. Well, that could either be good or bad. Anyone want to take bets on which it is? There we go. Got a lot of go. That not a lot of experience. Unless it's like a ridiculous amount of money for a fight. I usually don't like fights where I get more money than I do experience. Now, games like Legend of Dragoon, where you get a lot more experience than you do money, and where you get some really nice items for ridiculous prices, that's another story. But, Your Highness, what brings you here, my lord? I was getting a tad antsy sitting around waiting for you. It is too dangerous for you to be here, sir. Oh, I'm quite alright. If you can survive this, I certainly can. Is Harley up ahead? Yes, my lord. She ignored our pleas and proceeded further. Then why are you here? Why are you not with her? You're being real shit with your job. There we go. Well, it's rare moments for everyone kind of lined up there. What could this substance possibly be composed of? It's as if the earth itself has putrefied. Could this have come from the moon? Hmm. What if there would have been a point to that, but apparently not. Your Highness, I told you coming here would be dangerous. I deeply apologize for worrying you, my lord. But this is no ordinary meteor we are dealing with. It certainly seems that way. Something beyond our comprehension has landed here. That is the only conclusion I can make. The moon, something must be going on up there. But why did you come here, Your Highness? I just wanted to see the crashed site with my own eyes. We had best return to damcyan, Harley. This should be enough investigating for now. But, my lord, the messenger from Baron should be back by now. Let us return to the castle. Yes, Your Highness. What is she? Not a magic user. Don't know what piercing sight did. What does piercing sight do? I don't know why I ran away from that. I hit buttons and didn't mean to. Oh, it does jack shit. At least right now. Apparently, what it does is it grants another elemental immunity to an enemy. But since I don't have anything that does any kind of elemental damage, it's a completely worthless ability. So, it in no way helps me do anything. So I'd be better off just let her attack everything. You better. Wait, why am I going that way? There's nothing for me that way. Band skill learned. Feast of the Land. But now I have a couple ways I think I might be able to deal with the slimes if I run into those if I go back into the Antlian's den, so we're gonna go back in there and try to finish exploring in there. Your Highness. Hmm? The Red Wings. Perhaps I bring back our messenger? I can only hope so. Pardon? We must hurry. The sight of the airship discomforts me. Thanks to the weird ways things used to handle time things like that, we have time to go in here. get some water in back in that pitcher and put that back in here. Grab that to drink. Now, works for me. Not necessarily the way I would have preferred to have handled it, but you work with what you got. Thought I'd set her back to just regular attack, but apparently not. Huh. Okay, I doubt there'd be any treasures down. I don't know, there might be a reason to come back to here, but for at least for now, I'm done with what I'm supposed to do here, I think. Or at least I've explored everything. Baron, our emissary waits within the damcyan castle. But I would just want to take your airship. What then, huh? Huh? Your Highness, an emissary from Baron has arrived. I noticed. So where is this emissary? He requests a tour of the castle while he is waiting your return, my lord. A tour? Yes, my lord. Why now of all times? Has he been to the crystal chamber? Not yet, my lord. Right this way, sir. His Majesty has returned. On behalf of my kingdom, I welcome you to damcyan. I come here with a message from the kingdom of Baron. There is no need for such a ceremony, my friend. I trust King Cecil is faring well. Yes, Your Majesty. And what of Queen Rosa? Theodora must be a grown man by now, come to think of it. I'm afraid I didn't travel here to chat, Your Highness. My apologies then. Let us turn to the matter of King Cecil's message. Yes, Your Majesty. His Majesty requests that the matter of the meteor be handled exclusively by Baron. Why is that? I was not provided with any further information. I see. The message is delivered. I shall be on my way. One moment, if you could. Yes, Your Highness. In circumstances like these, King Cecil would have personally paid a visit. That is the kind of person he is, and always has been. I'll be sure to pass that message along to His Highness. Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? I trust that Cecil has due motivation for this decision. But, my lord, perhaps I ought to pay him a visit. You mean to go see him personally? Yes. You must bring guards at the very least. No, I do not want to involve the military with such haste. But, my lord, I cannot in good conscience allow you to travel to Baron completely unescorted. Very well, will leave the specifics up to you. Guards, you'll serve as His Majesty's escort on the journey to Baron. Sir. Oh, I'm just a little bit broke, that's all. Well, this is where we part ways. No, my lord, I am going with you. I'm afraid I cannot permit that. I am your secretary, my lord. If you're going to have a diplomatic meeting with the King of Baron, it is my duty to be present. But I am certain that I will prove useful, Your Highness. Very well. I'll make sure not to burden you too much on this trip. My lord? A small gift for Cecil. mean, it's still kind of annoying though that we've done so many of these stories so far, and we've learned so little about what's actually going on. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome, Insane Cloud John. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Since I'm not really doing anything in the game at the moment, let's go ahead and get some stuff done. Uh, First off, let's get John a shout out here. For those of you who are new, I am Illusion Fox Gaming. Most people just call me Illusion. Um, we stream basically pretty much every night and just a variety of stuff from Final Fantasy 4, Valorant, Overwatch, so on and so forth. But I need to spend more time watching John. Just realized it's almost 2 a.m. sleepy time. Hey, when you really get into a game, you forget all about time. Absolutely forget all about time. And then for the raid, let's draw a card to put in the scrapbook. Makes me want to play Rune Factory 5, I'll be honest. Carthil Aspect Warper. No flavor text on that. But yeah, it makes me want to play Rune Factory 5. And I've actually never played a Rune Factory game. But that's part of what good clips should do, is they should introduce new games to you, or even give you an idea of maybe, oh, that's something cool. And not only that, but also kind of go through and go, hey, this is a neat streamer. Rune Factory 5 was the first one you played. I know there's a couple of them on Steam. I may even own a few of them. I don't know. To be honest, off the top of my head, I don't know what games I own and what games I don't. I really don't. Let's see. Nothing there. Gamer self-made problems. Yeah, yeah. It's like anytime I see a good humble bundle, I always got before I buy it. It's like, which of those games do I own? Are all the good ones in the bundle I already own, or what? Although honestly, if it's still a really good bundle, I usually uh, end up buying it anyways, and then uh, give some of the keys away uh, over on my Discord. Which I think I know I've got. What am I giving away right now over on my Discord? So I know I've got a key up right now. Giving away a key for Deep Rock Galactic right now. Totally guilty of buying bundles for games you already have. Yeah, so am I. Some of them on multiple platforms, even. Although there are some games I just love to support, and so I have no problem buying them on multiple platforms. The remake of the remake of the You're super hyped for the remake of the remake of the remake for Tactics Ogre. November, then you get your Tactics Ogres again. I can't say I've ever even played Tactics Ogre, so I've got no one way or the other about that. It's a it's a Final Fantasy Tactics style game. Get to level, gear up, control huge squads, and combat. To be honest, I've only played maybe a couple of hours of Final Fantasy Tactics. I've never finished it. In fact, my entire time playing Final Fantasy Tactics is archived over on my YouTube channel. It did not go well. Though we'll get around to playing more of that at some point. In my quest to play through every Final Fantasy game I can get my hands on. There's a few decent games like that. Fell Seal's a good one. I've not heard of that, so where's the pen and paper? I should write that one down. Or wait, why? Okay, got a little post-it note here with those two written on it. I will post that here at the bottom of my computer screen to check those out here later. I always do love some good game recommendations. Honestly, I should just hand you like the list of my Google Doc of all the games that I have that I can play. That way, if you ever actually want me to play something specific and you've got the points, you can go, "Hey, can you go play that for me real quick?" But I love being recommended games, books, movies. Although you're probably more likely to get me to play a game, or read a book than you are to catch up on whatever movie I've not seen. You only have 20K points. There's all you should check to see what my point redemptions are because it's not that much. Man, just because I like viewer participation, and so it's just like, what's a good way to get more of that? Well, keep requirements low. Wait, I remember something from my playthrough of Porum's Tale. When we went through this area on them. trying to figure out why I wasn't going anywhere. It's like, where's the? Do I need to go up? Do I need to go down? I know I need to go further right, or well, my right. Screen's left, or no? Well, technically, the screen's left. No, but the only game type I generally don't have a lot of is I generally don't play a lot of horror games. They're not really my cup of tea generally. So for the most part, I generally actually try to avoid them. Except generally around Halloween, and then I kind of give in and go, okay, we'll do the things. We'll join the crowd and deal with all the spooky and creepiness. All those supermassive games, they make some really good like horror visual novel type things that I've really enjoyed the ones I played. I still got a couple that of theirs I need to do, and I wouldn't mind uh, this Halloween doing different playthroughs of the one I have played, or trying to do different playthroughs, because I know they all have uh, multiple different endings and such. And I didn't do a real great job when I did play of saving a lot of people. On any of them, unfortunately. So is the current moon one that favors? Oh yeah, it does favor physical attacks. Okay, explains why there's so much damage going around at the moment. Wrath. Thinking about it, which would be worse, Heavenly Wrath or Zeus's Wrath? I mean, think about it. Heavenly Wrath, you'd have the wrath of every being inside of heaven, whatever your heaven might be. Zeus's wrath would just be Zeus's. So which would actually be worse? Wrath's wrath? I mean, unless you're going into DC Comics, at which point the they do the weirdest crap. It's like, um, at one point, I can't remember which Green Lantern it was, um, but one of them had more will than the actual entity will itself. Which makes no goddamn sense because it's the actual embodiment of the will of the universe. Which means you're part of the universe, so how can it have less will than you do? Sometimes the writers of comic books just drive me nuts because it's like, how the fuck did you get this to make sense? Although right now I think with what they're trying to do with Marvel, they're going to alienate, or well, they are alienating the general audience, movie audience, mainly because they're trying to do this a lot of this timeline multiverse that really goes over the general moviegoer's head. Like my dad with all the weird stuff well, he considers weird stuff they've been doing with the Marvel movies. He doesn't want to go see them anymore. What's the matter? Nothing. Nothing at all, my lord. Your color does not look so well. I'm just a bit tired, that's all. There's no need to overwork yourself. We'll turn back. No! I just need a moment's rest. That will more than suffice. Let's make camp here for now. Feeling better? Yes, my lord. We'll arrive in Kaipo shortly. Just hold on a little longer. Although I'm not the biggest comic reader, I've got a few characters I follow pretty well. Not very many. None of them are actually would generally be considered your big names on either franchise. Although the one's certainly gotten her way there. Although she didn't start out in the comics either. But it just annoys me like how many times I'll be going through dating profiles and people I'll find I haven't seen them in a while, but it did annoy me where people would go through and go, "Wish I could find my Joker to my Harley Quinn." It's just like, do you idiots realize how bad of a relationship that was? That was not romance at all. That was just a pure abusive relationship. That is not one to aspire to. I mean, Joker and Harley Quinn, they were not an equitable relationship. They were not partners in anything. Joker honestly didn't give a shit about Harley. I wish they would have done the Suicide Squad's uh, justice with what happened between Harley Quinn and Joker there. Because, yeah, he broke her out, but then he threw her in a prison cell and sealed her in, um, like the Cask of Amontillado, and there was a bunch of other dead Harley Quinns in the room, and she'd just been sealed up in there. That was actually the in the comics the incident that finally broke the camel's back per se, and finally got her to realize just how bad of a relationship it was. Because in that isolation in her head, she's finally sat down and started talking with herself, Harley Quinn to Harleen Quinzel. And through some self-examination, realized just how insane and broken she was at the moment, and what all she needed to do to try and make herself better. So I follow Harley Quinn. They started doing more stuff Poison Ivy, so I'm probably going to start reading her stuff. Constantine. Constantine is just he cares and he regrets and feels for everything he does, but he does some really shitty things to people. It doesn't help that the man's just a pure con man through and through. the earliest instance of that I can think of is early in his comics. He was dying of cancer. So what he did was he went to the three strongest demons in hell and tricked all of them into going and giving him something stupid in return for uh, his soul. Well, when he was about to die, all three demons showed up at once to claim his soul. None could actually claim him because it would start a war with the other. So what did they end up having to do? They gave him his life and went, well, at some point we'll figure this out, but for now, I guess you get to live. And then the other comic book hero I follow, which unfortunately almost the entire content for him that's out there is non-canon, is Deadpool. Which, I mean, I get why most of it's non-canon. It just sucks that it's mostly non-canon. But I'm actually very excited. I'm looking forward to them because they started a new miniseries of Bloodborne comics, and the first issue came out on my birthday, like 2 weeks ago. Now, and the implications is implications I can come up with what happened in that first issue of the new little series is very interesting to me. So I'm looking forward to more. Huh. Well, I got a Silvertail. Don't know what I'll use it for, but I got it. Kaipo. Makes you think of Kupo, which makes me wish it was a Moogle village. Harley. Harley. Probably gonna have to go back through and go to the Antlion Cave. Your Highness. That's desert fever, no doubt about it. It happens to people on long journeys all the time. First they get fatigued, then the fever hits the second they set foot on sand. Then he wants to get a sand pearl. Oh, you know about those? I've only heard about them from my grandfather's old tales. There's a monster known as an antlion that lives in a cave near Mount Hobbs. Suppose you can get sand pearls when it lays eggs. I've also heard that antlions only lay eggs during a full moon. I'll leave right now to bring one back. Would you be able to watch her until then? Of course, but you better give up on the idea of leaving today. Get some rest first. We can't have you getting sick too. That's true. Anna, Tella, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? Anna, Anna, why must you be so sad? 'Cause you are. Anna, 'cause you're probably holding her spirit back. What are you trying to tell me, Anna? Can't even tell that, you spoony bard. Tella. Anna wants you to live, Edward. What? What do you mean? I'm as alive as I've ever been. Take a good hard look at yourself and then tell me whether that's really true. What? You know what to do. Tella. What could I be missing? Hmm. The fever's getting worse. We need that Saren Pearl as soon as possible. I'll get it no matter what it takes. Keep an eye on her for me, please. Highness. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. Don't be ridiculous. Just stay in bed for me. I'll bring back the medicine you need. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't forced you to take me. Enough talking. You need to conserve your strength. Please, be careful. The Antlion's Den is east of damcyan Castle. You are traveling to the Antlion's Den, yes? Uh-huh. Let us accompany you, Your Highness. No, I need you to stay here with Harley. But, my lord, please, I'll be all right. Yes, Your Highness. This is my own problem, one that I'll fix myself. Unless you get some abilities, you ain't doing shit. Don't have anything to actually say to the Graves. Disappointing. I have a feeling it's going to be a rough road ahead. I was going to say, he better goddamn level off that. That sucks. I mean, that's better, but I was gonna say if it don't beat in that one, I'm in rough shape. Shit. So that's one death so far this run. Or this tail. Such a long walk to be doing on his own. I mean, I admire him for it, but this is something that I don't think any prince or king or anyone would actually have done. Not on their own, at least. Because it flies in the sense of any kind of common sense. Well, here I am, the alien's den. Somewhere deep in this cave, the alien should begin laying its eggs when the moon is full. I know I was probably going to be coming down here again. That should change the moon phase. And that should change it again. Okay. Well, we got our sand pearls, so we can head on back then. I mean, so the one thing about the old turn base is, I mean, the stories were great, but generally the combat is, eh. Hmm? My, this is a rare visitor, isn't it? Who would have expected a rich nobleman coming through here? Sorry, gentlemen, but I don't have anything you'd be interested in. You liar, what about the shiny thing in your hand? That must be worth the amount of gold in the marketplace. Wait, this is a desert fever medicine. It would serve you no purpose. Ah, so it is something valuable. Valuable enough to give up your life for it? Oh, great. I didn't do anything. He just jumped right in. It's like most stupid bandits, you decide to talk rather than actually just get on with the business. Oof. Where am I? The waterfall must have sent me all the way here. The exit straight ahead. I hope you're still hanging on, Harley. You've got the sand pearl. Quickly, shine its light on her. Harley. Your Highness. Harley, thank goodness I made it in time. My deepest apologies. This is all my fault. No, Harley, you did nothing wrong. Your Highness. You're awake. Luckily, this doesn't look like a case of desert fever to me. Now it's my turn, is it? I apologize for worrying you. You've gone halfway around the world for me, my lord. Why did you put yourself through this? You're the one who's pushing yourself too hard here, my lady. You've just recovered from illness yourself, and here you are staying up all night by his side. What? You promised me you wouldn't tell him. Harley, you didn't have to do that. Oh, of course I did. You brought me the sand pearl under. It is my duty as your secretary, my lord. Thank you, Harley. You want to go to Barronwell? You've just made it with Second Spirit. All set to go? Yes. Off we go then. Raise anchor. How are you feeling? Just fine, my lord, but what about you? I could hardly feel healthier right now. Indeed, healthier than I've been in many years. Sir? Oh, sorry, just reminiscing about the past a little. I see. Is something the matter? Your Highness, what do you think about that moon? Hmm. Is that really that same moon? That same moon from before? Lunarians. Golbez. The man in black, the one who once took Baron hostage and used it to take the crystals. In the end, he left the planet along with this his moon. You know about that? So it is true. I simply conducted a little research of my own. How much more do you know? I know certain theories regarding magic and airships. Claiming that they were gifts from the moon, not discoveries made by people here. Impressive. But this moon, it looks different to my eyes. It's not the same one as before, not the one I remember seeing in the past. I must agree. Captain, Fabulian ship off our port side. Let's show 'em what we've got, my lads. Aye, aye, sir. Fubble. Is that Yang? The king of Fubble? Yes, you can now find a stronger, gentler monarch, nor one half so brave. Edward, are you sailing for Baron as well? Yes, that's right. Their destination is the same as ours? Indeed, Fubble has picked up on the same signs we have, no doubt. What a shock comes knowing that he's on our side. So, something must be afoot in Baron after all. My lord, Master Yang's ship is falling behind. What happened to them? Could there be some trouble on board? What's wrong, my lord? Are you cold? No, I'm all right. No. I tried. I tried. I tried. I tried. Okay, well, to the castle itself here then. Well, after I update everyone's weapons. Baron, who goes there? How rude of you! You fail to recognize King Edward, ruler of damcyan? Baron, what? I'm here to see King Cecil. May we pass? We wish to speak with His Majesty personally to discuss the reply we received from his messenger. Baron, very well. You may proceed. It's been a long time since last we met, Cecil. It certainly has, Edward. Quite a long time indeed. Something bothering you, Edward? You can take it easy here. I appreciate your kindness. Come now, Edward. To what do I owe the honor of a visit from the King of damcyan? I have come to speak of the meteor. If that is why you're here, then the answer is the same as the one my emissary gave you. You have nothing to worry about. Please let Baron handle the matter. And why should Baron handle it? Do we have a trust issue here, Edward? Of course not. Sparrow, I'm so glad you understand, Edward. I knew I could count on that. Something the matter? What are your thoughts on that moon, Cecil? What do you think about it? I believe it pretends ill times ahead for all of us. It reminds me too much of past events that haunt us to this day. Hmm. All the more reason then that I hope you will allow us to handle the matters concerning the fallen meteor. I see. Baron has a mandate to govern over this land, to keep it at peace. Of course, but if you ever need to consult with me, please do not hesitate to do so. Thank you so much for taking the long journey to my domain, Edward. If you'll excuse me then. Your Highness? Ah, one more thing. I couldn't help but notice that Queen Rosa is not with us today. Yes, she's not feeling very well, I'm afraid. Is that so? That is troubling news. There's no need for alarm. It is nothing life-threatening. Is Prince Theodore doing well? Absolutely. He is out of the castle for training right now. That is good to hear. My wife and I would expect nothing less from our son, after all. Now then, I wish you a safe and pleasant journey home. Yes, my lord. Just in regards, please present King Edward with the gift we discussed. Yes, sir. Baron, from the king, your majesty. What is this, my lord? A token of our friendship and of my appreciation for your visit. Please accept it. I appreciate your kindness. In that case, I have also brought a souvenir from damcyan. Flowers, how befitting of you, if I may say so. Is something the matter? Oh, nothing. I'm glad you like them. Until we meet again, Edward. Certainly, do take care. Hmm. Cecil ain't acting right. And I'm concerned about that box. Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? We're going home. Your Highness? Let's go. Something's not right. God, that took forever. Yes, we're ready to go back. Your Highness, what is the meaning of your behavior in front of King Cecil? That person was not Cecil. What? The real Cecil would have known what my gift really was. What do you mean? I mean this. Are you sure that was wise? The voices are coming from the flower. Shh. There's nothing to worry about. They was acting extremely suspicious of me. Appears they came here personally just to check up on matters. Weaker creatures need to be more cautious. Damcyan is a hub of commerce, not of war. Its military is no more than mere ceremony. Seizing it would be a simple matter. I see, so the fire crystal is ours anytime we wish to take it. What is this? It's called whisperweed. You can use it to hear voices and sounds from faraway places. I put a bloom of it into the flower arrangement I presented to Cecil. Overconfidence is ill-advised. It's not overconfidence. My plan is already underway. Plan? The gift Cecil gave us. You must be curious about it. Of course. Well, I must disappoint you, for this box can never be opened. Are you already aware of its contents, Your Highness? My hunch is correct. Yes. Then this contains a carnelian signet. It is the very item behind the tragedy that once fell amiss by Cecil's unknowing hand. Your Highness? Captain, up ahead. Whoa, what's that? My lord, did Yang's ship run into that? Oh no. Leviathan. And that's the end of Edward's tale, Star-Crossed Damcyan. So, we found out a little bit more about what's going on in all this. Not a whole lot, though. And so that unlocks Kane's tale, which will be the next one we do. Um, but it's after 3, and we've basically hit the 3-hour mark, so I think that's good enough to call it there. Um, let's see who's out there to raid at the moment. Well, let's raid Rock. It's been a while since we visited him. When we move over, go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. Thank you all for showing up. Hope to see you again tomorrow night. I will be playing some more Final Fantasy 14. At least that's what's on the schedule. Maybe something else, but till then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Till then, have a wonderful rest of your day.